Okay, so I guess today is technically day 36-ish. I think it's like 2 or 3 in the morning on day 37, but I haven't slept yet, so it doesn't count as a new day. Blah blah minutia. So updates on the D&D Standard Adventurers Kit. Backpack. A bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, a water skin, and 50 feet of hempen rope. Backpack check. I've got the one I started with, a vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hardshell backpack. It was in mint condition, until I slipped and pulled that I've fallen and I can't get up act on day 27 in Mrs. Steiner's apartment. But I think Master Splinter would understand. Still no bedroll or sleeping bag, whatever. I've checked every mall, supermarket, and surplus store I can find in my radius. I know it's going to become a problem when it starts to get cold, but in this heat, I wouldn't want one anyway. A pillow would be nice, but I'm still too chicken to go inside houses after the last time. I think most people lock themselves inside. Mess kit. Okay, so I can't Google it, but I figured this meant utensils. I don't have a fork, but for this, I ask you to re-examine the humble spoon. It's versatile, it can hold liquid or squishy things, the side edge can cut, and anything I can't eat with a spoon, I can just use my hands. If I can find any food. Tinderbox. Okay, so source of fire. I really want actual flint and steel, like one of those sparky grindy things we used in chemistry class. But for now, I've got 3 disposable lighters, and a few strike anywhere matches that I found out the hard way I can't seem to strike anywhere but the box. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Which is this week's theme. Whee! Okay, 10 torches, so that's just stupid. I know I said I wouldn't diverge too much, but how am I supposed to carry 10 torches? Or 10 flashlights if we're not being literal. I've settled on 2 flashlights. The one I grabbed from home when I bugged out, and one more from the Dickies during Blackest Friday. Oh, and 10 batteries. Compromise. The batteries are big and hit me in the back when I run with the backpack. But the book says what the book says. Fun fact, the batteries are rechargeable. A lot of good that does me now. 10 days of rations. I have half a Snickers bar left. I can spread that out a day or two. I don't want to talk about it. Water skin. I think I'm actually doing this right. I don't even have to translate out of RPG. It's a water skin. Or maybe a wine skin? Not sure if there's a distinction. But it works great for Mountain Dew. I don't know why I thought to grab it when I left. Maybe I was picturing more hiking and wilderness and less burned out suburbia husk at the time. I know it used to be my dad's. Of the few memories I have, I don't think I have any memories of him with it, but I remember my mom saying he bought it, and that he used to take us camping. That must have been really nice. Bet we had 10 days of trail rations then. I know he isn't alive. At least I don't think so. But I feel like I owe him an apology for not remembering him. Sometimes when I smell things, I know my brain is telling me they smell like him, or remind me of him, whatever. But I don't know why. There's just nothing there. 404, page not found. I'd like to believe it's random what I remember and not an indictment on anyone. My head is still more bruising and caked blood than anything else. I remember that I know how brain trauma works. Well, kind of, but not how I know. I remember my mom, but not my dad. I have so many memories of school, but basically just nebulous images of insufferable boredom, those desks that open up, and beige rooms. No teachers, no students, just lots of clocks on walls and books with shiny pages that felt awful on dry skin. It's mostly people I don't remember, which, considering the circumstances, maybe isn't such a bad thing. I think I remember a lot more than I realize, because when I found the snack machine with 3 Snickers left, I had a pretty good idea how much they would cost, but I have no idea how I knew. I know my memory will probably improve, but I also know that I don't know if that's true or bullshit I learned on TV. Oh yeah, I remember TV. Not so much characters, but I've got obscure quotes and references for days. Cowabunga, dude! Hee hee! I will destroy you, Optimus Prime! Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to Mumra, the ever-living! Yeah. They mostly seem to be old cartoons. But I don't know if that means I watched like a lot of cartoons, or that's just what's left. Most of all, I remember role-playing games. I think I have my own name narrowed down to 3 possibilities, one of which is a 3-digit number. But I can tell you that a dwarf has dark vision, a mind flayer has an armor class of 15, and that my dump stat in real life was obviously Constitution, because I'm exhausted all the time. Oh yeah, so rope. I found some. Turns out, 50 feet of rope is heavy. But I got it. I would cut it in half, but the sharpest thing I have is a spoon. Sorry, spoon. Well, that's all for now. Tomorrow, I need to expand my radius. I think I'm spending more energy finding food and water than I'm getting eating it. Sleep well, I'll most likely kill you in the morning. And if you're hearing this, be excellent to each other.